A major Republican candidate announces his campaign for California governor. Coming up, we'll tell you who it is and what the chances are that a Republican might be able to win in 2026. Plus, Governor Gavin Newsom gets another round of really bad polling results. His presidential campaign, it's probably over. All that and more coming up. I'm Carl DeMaio, chairman of Reform California and a California state representative representing District 75 in the California state legislature. Today's show comes with some really exciting news. We have a second major Republican candidate running for governor. As you know, the Riverside Sheriff Chad Bianco announced about 2 months ago that he was going to run for governor. But now a second major Republican candidate has also announced. Steve Hilton. Now, you may know him from his popular Fox News show, and he used to be an advisor to conservative Prime Minister David Cameron in the United Kingdom. Now, he's been in the United States since 2012. He moved here in 2012, is a citizen, has made this his home, but he has decided to take his brand of conservatism and give it a try here in California. This is quite remarkable in that I think both of these candidates are good, and I would be willing to support either of these candidates. I'm not saying that these are the only candidates running for California governor, but these are two very good candidates. I'm going to share with you a little bit of Steve's announcement video and give a critique at the end of this podcast. But we are blessed to have two solid candidates, legitimate candidates running for California governor. Remember, in 2022, we didn't get a legitimate candidate. Sorry, Brian Dolly, but come on. I mean, seriously, just between you and me, yeah, you just put your name on the ballot. You didn't do anything more than that. But these are two legit candidates, and I do believe that the 2026 election cycle offers a big opportunity for Republicans to come back in this state in a way that we haven't seen in decades. The reason why I know that is the polling is indicating that California voters are open to voting for a Republican candidate for governor for the first time in a long time. 48%, according to a recent poll, are willing to vote for a Republican candidate for governor. And remember, midterm elections are about turnout. Presidential elections are 80% turnout. Midterms are 35% turnout. If Republicans turn out in greater numbers than Democrats in the 2026 election based on enthusiasm, this state is absolutely winnable, not only the governor's race, but a number of other statewide offices. It just takes the right movement, the right candidate, the right hustle, the right campaign. So that's the first thing, is that we know the polling is indicating people are not happy with the direction of the state. They're willing to vote for change. But we need the right candidate. So Steve Hilton announcing that he is running for governor, and he's getting a lot of good attention. Today, he's going to be in Orange County and Huntington Beach for a big beach kickoff. And we're going to share his video at the end of this podcast. Now, remember, Chad Bianco, sheriff of Riverside, also running. On the Democrat side, everyone's waiting for Kamala Harris, okay? I don't know why. She's a uniquely incompetent and bad candidate. But hey, I sincerely hope that the Democrats get fooled into backing her for governor. Also running Democrat, former Congresswoman Katie Porter. She's formidable. I think she's the strongest of the Democrat field. And she can beat Kamala Harris in the primary. And she is a tenacious campaigner in the general election. That's why I prefer the inept word salad queen, Kamala Harris. Also running another number of other cat and dog candidates, Xavier Becerra, Antonio Villaraigosa, Tony Atkins, Eleni Kounalakis, Tony Thurmond. Again, a lot of them, if Harris gets in, will probably get out of the race. But I don't think any of them can get past Katie Porter. She's likely going to be the backup candidate if Harris decides not to run. So that's the field on the Democrat side. On the Republican side, right now, two big named Republicans running. And I want you to withhold your judgment. listen to both of them. I sat at a forum a week ago where both Bianco and Steve Hilton spoke on issues. Both of them said great things. I will tell you, Steve Hilton was a much more exciting candidate. He made he connected with the audience. He made them laugh, sort of like Donald Trump. Donald Trump engages people. There's energy. Again, not a dig on Chad Bianco. What he said was very good. The issues he covered, very good. But it was kind of ho-hum. Whereas Steve Hilton had a spark. Again, we've got months before we have to decide between these two candidates, but Hilton certainly has the experience of being on national TV and hosting a show repeatedly. So let's kind of see how this campaign progresses. Now, let me share with you some of this polling. I love it when Gavin Newsom gets his rear end kicked by these polls. He is so incompetent. He is so dishonest. And the people have woken up in California. Even Democrats are not happy with him. Here's the poll from Emerson, Inside California Politics. 60% of Californians say Governor Gavin Newsom should not run for president. We know this guy best. We know how bad he is. We know how inept he is, how corrupt he is. And we've seen his abilities and his character up front and close, and we're not happy. We don't want him. 42.4% of Californians disapprove of his job performance, and only 33.4% approved. That is stunningly bad. When only a third of voters approve of your job performance, when you have 24% neutral or with no opinion, kind of like, I don't like him. I don't particularly hate him. I don't like him, but yeah, I'm not going to say he did a good job. This is bad. This is catastrophically bad, but it reflects the unique set of challenges that California has. I mean, we have a lot of problems: the highest cost of living, crime wave, a surge in homelessness, failing schools. And again, people realize that this guy is fundamentally dishonest. This poll is also very interesting in that it claims that only 25.7% of the poll respondents voted for Trump, and only 23.9% are Republican. The reason why this is important for me to point out is that this poll, therefore, oversamples Democrats. So even by oversampling Democrats, because remember, Trump got 34%, 35% of the vote in the presidential race in 2024, and about 30% to 32% of voters tend to be Republican. The rest kind of fall off and don't show up. And so when you adjust the poll for those numbers, you're talking about probably only a 25% approval and more of a 50% disapproval rating. That is stunningly bad news for Gavin Newsom. You want to hear even worse news? I know. Keep the hits coming, right? Gavin Newsom, absolutely irrelevant when it comes to national polling on who's the Democrat leader. This poll is out for Data for Progress. They say, who is the Democrat leader, in your opinion? This is just of Democrats. Democrat voters were asked, who do you think is the Democrat Party leader? Kamala Harris, 17%, Chuck Schumer, 15%, Barack Obama, 15%, Hakeem Jeffries, 11%, no one, 11%, Bernie Sanders, 9%, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, 6%, Joe Biden, 4%, Nancy Pelosi, 3%, all the way down at 1%, Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom comes in behind no one, all right? Who is the leader of the party? And when you look at the polling nationally, he's not doing very well on the named candidates or the possible rumored candidates for president. He's in low single digits. Again, he's out there flailing about. He's doing a podcast where he pretends to be conservative one day. He flip-flops on positions literally within the span of 24 hours. He's, all over the map because he's sucking up to anyone who, he thinks he can con into supporting him. He's playing to the left. He's playing to the middle. He's playing to the right. Completely inauthentic, which is, again, the only thing he knows how to be, inauthentic. He is a scammer. So I love seeing this because having him as president would be just terrible for this country. Look, at Reform California, we are leading the fight to gear up for the 2026 election. We have two major priorities. One is to make sure the nation knows that Gavin Newsom is a complete and utter failure, because we cannot let America suffer under Gavin Newsom. And again, his numbers look bad right now, but they may just go with him by default. We need to be putting together our dirt file, exposing every single element of his failures, of his corruption. But secondly, we need to take our state back. And so focusing on breaking the California Democrats' supermajority of the legislature by picking up 7 seats in the state legislature is our top priority, because we need a check and balance. We need to get leverage back and relevance back for Republicans in the state. Once we break the supermajority, that's the first step to having balance back in our political system. So we are recruiting candidates up and down the state of California for the state legislature, state Senate, and state assembly seats. And we have a lot of target seats. We have 16 target seats that we're going after. We only need to get 7 of them. But second of all, we are trying to help those statewide candidates running for governor, lieutenant governor, attorney general, secretary of state, superintendent of schools, the entire set of 8 statewide offices. And we believe we can win some of them. We're recruiting, training, mentoring candidates up and down the ticket for 2026. Plus, we're working on our ballot measures, the California Taxpayer Protection Initiative and the California Voter ID Initiative. None of this work, though, can be done without your support. So go on the website now and sign up at reformcalifornia.org, reformcalifornia.org. At the bottom, you can sign up and be tethered into our growing movement statewide. You'll get our weekly newsletter update, as well as get our voter guide in each election, the plain English voter guide, so you know what the ballot measures are doing and the good candidates for judge, school board, and the like. Also, please chip in a contribution, put gas in our tank, power this movement so that we can compete in the 2026 election. So here is a very good video. I want to play a little bit of it. You'll notice that he's hitting some really good issues and in a very compelling way. It's a very good launch video for his campaign for governor. This is Steve Hilton announcing his run for governor.
It all started with freedom. My parents fled communism in Hungary. So I was born in England, a free country, but a country in rapid decline. My earliest political memory was Mrs. Thatcher, the first British leader in a generation with the courage to fight back for freedom. Our family didn't have money. My mom worked in a shoe store, my dad in construction. But like so many working class people, they just wanted a better life. My parents were so proud when I made it to Oxford University, and then when I got a job with the Conservative Party, working for Margaret Thatcher. She unleashed the spirit of enterprise in England. She inspired me. I started a business, even a couple of restaurants. That is a tough business. Later, I helped elect a Prime Minister, worked in 10 Downing Street. In 2012, we moved to America, to California, the ultimate expression of America, the home of freedom. Or it should be. I taught at Stanford University, started a company, wrote books, hosted a TV show. I lived the California dream. I raised my family here, made my life here, became an American. It was one of the proudest days of my life, but also a reminder of the madness, the masks, the lockdowns, the school closures. Look at these pictures, the chaos, the crime, the collapse of the California dream. This is not just any other state.
I don't like that mask. I don't know why he thought he had to put that picture in there, but again, that's the only part of the video that I was like,
California means to America.
No, but let me just tell you, he's not for masks. He made that clear. But again, just the picture is like, why would you even be willing to wear the mask? But anyway.
What America means to the world. Let's make California the land of opportunity again. Great jobs, great homes, great kids. Let's make California an inspiration again. the very best of America. There's only one way to do that. We've got to end the one-party rule that got us into this mess. It's time to end the years of Democrat failure. It's time for a new future. That's why I'm running for governor, to make this beautiful state that we love so much truly golden again.
Good theme, golden again. Very good video, uplifting, tells his story. But Steve Hilton is going to need money. I mean, Chad Bianco has a following. He's got the sheriff's ballot title. Steve Hilton has a following as well because he's been on Fox News and he's been traveling the state. I would consider this an even fight right now. And I'm going to be discussing the issues, campaign strategy with both of these candidates. We do know that there are some other candidates that may be considering jumping in. But we got to get behind one. My goal is to see if in the coming months, one of these candidates shows that they are uniquely better than the other. And because we need the strongest candidate, I'd like to avoid a primary. I'd like us to get behind one candidate. Reform California will be making an endorsement in this race, but we want to give this process time. Sound off in the comments below. Check out Chad Bianco. You just saw Steve Hilton's announcement video. I've spoken about Chad Bianco on this podcast previously. Who do you prefer for governor at this point? Are you waiting for someone else to jump in the race? Who would that be? Give us your feedback. I'm very interested in hearing from you because we want to make this decision with the input of conservatives up and down the state of California. Look, until next time, I'm Carl DeMaio, chairman of Reform California and a California state representative. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. But before you click away, please subscribe to this channel and click that notification button so you get updated when we post new episodes. Plus, like this video and share it with your friends so that we can help spread our message across the state. Reform California with Carl DeMaio is paid for by Carl DeMaio for State Assembly.